Hi everyone, if you follow me on Instagram you may have noticed I have not been posting on my Instagram grid lately, and that might seem like a very strange thing for someone who has been active on social media for quite a long time, but I do have my reasons. In this video I'll be sharing why I'm having that Instagram grid break. So that you don't have to listen to me waffling on about Instagram for 12 minutes, I'm going to show you the process video for painting these lovely citrus slices. I hope you enjoy following along. We'll start by mixing up some cadmium orange and also some magenta, opera rose if you want as well. We're going to create some really vibrant colours. Starting off with this particular slice, which is like a pink grapefruit, so it's a lovely pinky ruby orange. The segments are really just elongated triangles with a slightly curved edge, and we're going to go around in a circle to create this first slice. Although I'm not actively posting on my Instagram feed, I am still using Instagram stories to share some of my behind the scenes glimpses of my work. And additionally, I'm sharing all the art that I've created in a week in my newsletter. And the feedback I've received for this approach has been really positive, as it allows viewers to see the art in a static format like the good old days of Instagram. Also, by using Instagram stories to share the behind the scenes stuff, I'm able to maintain some level of engagement with my audience, even if I'm not actively posting on the main feed. I hope this can help to keep my followers interested and invested in my art, and again maintain that sense of community around the creation of the art. I just want to point out the lovely graduation of colours that's happening in that first slice, moving from yellows to that lovely ruby pink. For this next one, I've created a much more burgundy type slice, so this is more like a blood orange. When an artist shares their work on social media, they are often subject to the platform's algorithm, which determines who sees their posts and how often. This can be really frustrating for artists who want to reach a wider audience or have greater control over who sees their work. For me, by having a newsletter, I can take more control over my audience and include those who are most interested in my work, and ensure that my art is reaching those who really want to see it. Additionally, with a newsletter, I can set my own schedule for sharing work. I don't have to worry about meeting the demands of a social media algorithm or the best time to post when I'm trying to compete for attention in a very crowded feed. Instead, I can focus on creating quality content and delivering it directly to my subscribers. Also, a newsletter allows me to provide additional context and insights about the work that I post, which may not be possible on social media, as not everybody reads the posts. I'm hoping this way I'll be able to build a stronger relationship with my subscribers over time and reach a wide audience. I've introduced some whole citrus fruit as well. These are mainly sort of an orange or a slightly pinky hue for some of the grapefruit. I'm not looking at any particular reference. There's several that I've got up on my Pinterest board and I'm just mixing them up, and I think that's a really nice way to get a variety of inspiration. So one of the main reasons for me for just trialing this period when I'm not posting to the Instagram feed is it's stopping me from having a good quality of life. I found myself constantly checking my phone, taking photographs of my sketchbook with the best light or the best angles, and I just used to get so frustrated, and it's very exhausting. I realised that my time could be spent a lot more meaningfully. It was just eating up so much of my time with very little return on investment. I basically just couldn't keep up. It's also worth changing up the scale of the slices slightly. A few small ones, medium one, and this one here is probably like a grapefruit, which is slightly larger than the other slices. And this creates a lot more interest. As your eye moves across the piece, it will be drawn into various elements. Instagram can be a great tool for promoting your work or your brand, but it's also very time consuming, and the return on investment right now just is not there. I was spending so much time and energy on things that weren't meaningful in other areas of my life, so I had to take a really subjective look at what was going on. It's so easy to get caught up in the likes and the followers, but at the end of the day, those things really don't matter all that much. I just wanted to focus my time and energy on things that I found fulfilling and meaningful. Receiving 3 heart emojis on Instagram is not real connection or a conversation, and that's also why I'm creating here on YouTube. I think YouTube provides a much better platform than Instagram for me to share my art process due to its longer video format. And as an artist, I can take the time to explain every aspect of my art making process, from the decisions to use a certain reference, and also generally express myself more fully. And also the comments that I've been receiving lately for my YouTube videos are so considered and well thought out, and it just shows that I have a much deeper connection, which is exactly what I've been looking for a very long time. As mentioned before, I wasn't using a specific reference, so I've added this lime and I'm adding leaves, and I'm not entirely sure that was the best move. However, I've painted it in now, so I just went with it. I just felt this piece needed a bit more of a pop of green. So I've learnt my lesson. I'm going to tone it back down again by just doing lime slices rather than whole limes. Although a 30-second reel may look great with a fantastic bit of music, right now it's more important for me to give a balanced and authentic version of how sketchbook pieces are created, and giving real insights into that artistic process, rather than only presenting a polished and finished artwork or the highlights reel. If you're enjoying this video, do consider giving me a thumbs up and leave a comment sharing some of your social media worries. Also hit subscribe, plus the bell icon to be notified when I post my latest video. By this stage I had gotten over that very vibrant whole lime, and adding the segments of the limes like this meant that overall it was a lot more balanced, rather than my eye continually being drawn to that very vibrant area. Another reason I needed to step back from the Instagram feed was the comparison culture. It was really taking its toll on my self-esteem. I know that sounds really difficult to comprehend, but I am still constantly comparing myself to others, and it's affecting my mental health. I'm thinking, why are they getting more likes than me? What's wrong with my art? What's wrong with what I'm producing? Don't people like my art? And that's crazy. Seeking validation for one's work can be a natural impulse, especially in the age of social media, where the likes and the shares and the comments can be used as a measure of success. However, relying too heavily on those hearts is not the best measure of the value of the art that you create. True confidence in your work will come from within. I know my art is highly creative and I love what I do. By recognizing the value and creativity in our own work, I'm hoping to resist that urge to seek that external validation and focus on creating the best possible art. This is a really important mindset for any artist or creative, as it allows us to stay true to our own vision and produce work that is truly unique and authentic. To keep your colours really fresh like this, it's recommended that you have 2 jars of clean water before you start your painting. You can use 1 jar to clean off your brush and the other to add clean water to your paint to dilute it. And keeping 2 jars instead of just 1 ensures that you aren't slowly contaminating your paint with lots of different pigment and ending up with something that's really muddy. I don't think the Instagram algorithm likes it when I try to create slightly different art. You know, I love experimenting with new techniques and styles and mediums, but the algorithm doesn't like it when I try something new And in the past, I have felt less creative and less inclined to try new ideas because I was worried about how it would perform on the platform, which is absolutely crazy. I don't want to self-censor what I create in order to cater for the whims of this algorithm or to niche myself. The Instagram algorithm's preference for similar content can be frustrating for artists who enjoy exploring and experimenting with new styles and techniques. The pressure to conform to a certain aesthetic can be especially disheartening for artists who value creative expression and diversity. Furthermore, the platform's increasing emphasis on video content can be challenging for artists who prefer to create still images. While Reels can be an effective way to reach new audiences and increase engagement, they do require a different set of skills, and I'm not happy with how long it takes me to create them for the payoff. As someone who has been active on Instagram for a long time, I have noticed that the platform can be overwhelming at times. There are so many accounts to follow, so many posts to like, and so many comments to respond to. I'm having a really hard time keeping up, and sometimes it feels like I'm falling behind. For me, Instagram was becoming a source of stress and anxiety rather than a source of inspiration or connection. By stepping back from Instagram, I've been able to cultivate a slightly calmer and more quiet mind. I do have a video where I talk a lot more about my mental health and also the challenges of being a single parent, and I have to factor in things like how much time Instagram takes up in my life, time that I could be supporting my children. I will leave a link to that video in the description below. Please check it out so that you have a better context for why I'm taking this decision. Of course, everyone's relationship with social media is different, and what works for me might not work for someone else. For me, taking a break from posting on that Instagram feed has been an important step in prioritizing my mental health and well-being. Relying solely on one social media platform like Instagram to promote your art can be very risky, as platforms are subject to change and are not guaranteed to last forever. In addition, the algorithms that govern social media feeds can be very unpredictable, making it difficult for artists to ensure that their content will be seen by their followers. Therefore, it's advisable to diversify your online presence by utilising different channels such as a personal website, blog, or newsletter. Something else that I really need to look into as a matter of priority is search engine optimization, or SEO. This is a crucial part of online visibility that artists can utilize to their advantage. By optimizing my website and content for relevant keywords and phrases, I hope to improve my chances of appearing higher up in search engine rankings like Google, and this can increase my visibility and attract new clients and a new audience. My website currently needs a complete overhaul, and SEO is something that I'm certainly going to be prioritizing when I come to redevelop my website. Blogging is another powerful tool that artists can use to promote their work and connect with fans. By creating high quality, informative blog posts about the creative process, inspiration, or techniques, artists can engage with their audience in a more personal way and establish themselves as thought leaders in their field. Blogging is something that seems to have fallen by the wayside for me in the last year, and it's something I would like to really push in the next few weeks and months, so look out for new blog posts as well. Overall, while social media platforms like Instagram can be valuable for promoting your art, it's important for artists to diversify their online presence and make use of a range of marketing channels to ensure their work is visible to as many potential fans as possible. I could have left the citrus slices like this, but I decided the background could be filled in to match the oranges on the opposite page. So here's a lovely time lapse of that happening. So whether you're just starting out or have been creating for years, remember that your self-worth as an artist does not depend on Instagram. Please, please, please keep on creating, stay true to your vision and trust in your own talent and creativity. You are all unique and amazing. I really hope this video has given you some insight into my decisions and maybe even inspired you to take a little break from social media if you need it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.